Who is natural? For years, I've avoided drinking from this cup of controversy. But I do love science, and not too long ago, I covered body fat percentage examples, which you loved. I spent the past week doing hours of research to give you the most concise, crispy, pithy, succinct information on who's natural and who's not. That being said, the information in this video is a combination of statistical analysis and my opinion. There's no way of knowing for sure unless you've seen it with your own eyes, these athletes taking any PEDs, or they've admitted to them themselves. Let's set the tone for this video. FFMI, Fat-Free Mass Index, is used to account for the amount of muscle mass one person carries in correlation to the weight and height. Corey et al. Released a study in 1995 titled Fat-Free Mass Index in users and non-users of anabolic androgenic steroids. Now, this study has been the holy grail for many using Fat-Free Mass Index. According to the study, if you score an FFMI between 18 and 20, you're an average human being and you've never touched a weight in your life. 20 to 22, people notice that you go to the gym. 22 to 23, you have a very impressive physique and you're the guy in the gym that everyone goes to for diet and training advice. 23 to 24, you're genetically excellent and you're at peak. 24 to 25, you're at your natural limit, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and say you're natural. 25 to 26, 99% unnatural, and 26, steroids, we're not even having a discussion, case closed. Now, this study has been under harsh criticism, but after reading it, the data in the article is insufficient to draw a concrete conclusion if someone has taken anabolics or not. Therefore, it is not a good diagnostic tool. However, it is a great screening tool with a high degree of statistical certainty. In short, for the purpose of this video, it is perfectly fine to use. Before we dive into these athletes, this is what I'm feeling like 7 days out. Leave me a like for good luck, and if you think I'm going to win, subscribe. Today's athletes: BREON ANSLEY, Brandon Harding, Dylan Mckenna, David Lade, Jeff Seid, Christian GUZMAN, Larry Wheels, Simeon Panda, and MattDoesFitness. Before I dive in, I do want to say that all YouTubers and athletes mentioned in this list are amongst the most genetically gifted individuals, not being alone in content creating, but in terms of their physique, deciphering if they're on steroids or not is irrelevant in terms of their success and how much further they would go have gone if they took steroids or not. But as you know, this is a Who's Natural or Not video, my first one. Let's dive in. To set the tone, BREON ANSLEY, two-time Mr. Olympia Classic Physique champ, and I do believe he's going to three-peat. His statistics are 5'7", body weight of 196 pounds, at a body fat percentage of 6%. His FFMI score is 29. Now, if you see his pictures, can someone please give this man some water? Man is too dry. He has more detail in his forehead than I do in my entire body. I think he's going to three-peat, and anyone within the IFBB Pro and the Mr. Olympia realm, immediately, that is the biggest red flag. You have taken some sort of anabolics before, and an FMMI of 29 is way beyond the crossover realm of 25. Next over, Brandon Harding. At 6 foot, 190 pounds, 9% body fat, Brandon Harding recorded an FFMI of 23. As you can see, there is a flaw within the FFMI scale. Brandon has come out about his use of anabolics, but I've known the kid for years. He even eats eggshells just to get extra protein from the eggs.
2 eggs? Oh shit, there's a bit of shell in there. Fuck it, lost the shell.
He's had all the Skittles in the world. He trends hard. As you can see that there is flaws within FMMI. There are individuals who can score within the natural realm, but clearly they've taken anabolics. Moving on, Dylan Mckenna. 5'8", a weight of 172 pounds, 10% body fat, and an FFMI of 23.5. Genetically gifted, he recently came out about taking anabolics.
I am no longer natural in that, I'm not going to be claiming that anymore. So, natty card revoked, basically.
Again, what I want to point out is that FFMI isn't always accurate. There are individuals who can come out about taking their anabolics and fall within the natural limit. But I also give a lot of respect to Dylan for coming out about it and being open about his use. I think that opens up the eyes of a lot of individuals who do want to compete really to get into the IFBB Pro League. You do need to take anabolics to be competitive, even if you're on the genetically blessed side. Moving on, his best friend, David Lade. 6'2", a weight of 185 pounds, a body fat of 10%, and an FFMI of 21.5. Now this one strikes debate all over. There's this one moment that David had a burst within his physique, and at the same time he was busting and breaking through PRs, and a lot of individuals raised eyebrows. His diet has been in question, but overall David Lade is also a very, very genetically gifted individual, not only in sense of his physique, but in terms of his powerlifting progressing over the years. Even at his young age, if you see his transformations. So you're always in the middle if David Lade has ever taken anabolics or not. According to the FFMI, he's natural. I would like to believe that a physique like that is natural, but if David Lade ever did come out with a video saying, hey guys, I've taken or I'm taking, I wouldn't be surprised, but I'd love to give him the benefit of the doubt. But then again, you never know until you see it with your own eyes. Jeff Seid.
What are your thoughts on David Lade? On who? David Lade.
David Lee?
David Lade. He's another YouTuber. A lot of people compare you to him. Very, very young guy.
I don't know about him.
Now Jeff Seid's height is 6'2", a weight of 185 pounds, and I put him at 10% body fat. He has said that he's at 8%, which I can't believe, and Jeff also scored an FFMI of 21. Comparing Jeff Seid and David Lade, they're both genetically blessed in terms of their muscle insertions, but Jeff Seid has placed 11th in Mr. Olympia. To put into perspective, Jeff Seid is in the top 11. This was in 2017 of all the physiques in the world, and he placed 11th in the entire world. Jeff Seid, in my opinion, has taken anabolics. He's also been the type to edit his photos. His honesty has been questioned. So if you're asking my personal opinion, Jeff Seid has taken anabolics, but I'm going to leave it there. Let me know what you guys think down below. A lot of people have told me that Jeff is natural. No. Christian GUZMAN at a height of 5'11", weight of 165 pounds, and a body fat percentage of 7.2%, and FFMI of 21.6. Now Christian GUZMAN has not had any crazy progress in terms of his lifts and his physique over the years. It's been a gradual build, building an average of 2 pounds of muscle per year over the years he's been on YouTube. His transformation has been awesome. There is no doubt in my mind that a physique like that can be attained naturally. However, a lot of people do question him when he does get very lean. The FFMI does say that he's natural, but if I do want to be objective, I wouldn't say that he's never taken a clenbuterol, which is a cutting agent to get super shredded, but at the same time, he's a super hard worker. So I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's natural. But something that has made me raise my question marks is that he doesn't even discuss it, and he doesn't claim to be, so you never know. But I do want to say that he's natural. Such a physique is attainable naturally. Moving on to Larry Wheels. 6'1", 245 pounds, 7% body fat, and FFMI of 30. The man's bench is 610 pounds, 820 squat, 881 deadlift. Larry Wheels is natural. Steroids have once took a blood test and tested positive for Larry Wheels. Basically, Larry Wheels has come out about his use, and of course, an individual who is that strong and with a very impressive physique, I do want to say he is one of those very genetically blessed individuals. And in his video, he did explain in coming out about taking steroids that he was at such a point where he was genetically gifted, he wanted to go for it full force, and this was his career, this is where his heart and soul was at, and I think that's where you need to be if you ever do decide to take it. If you're ever in such a situation, it makes complete sense. Now, Simeon Panda, 6'1", they've trained before together, weight of 224 pounds, body fat of 7.2%, and an FFMI of 29. Far gone from being natural. Steroids definitely, the biggest red flag. Simeon Panda with 21-inch arms, the same size as Larry Wheels, almost as strong, but he has come out and said he has been a lifetime natural. He's sworn by it, he's taken polygraph tests, which I've watched. Simeon Panda swears and doesn't even have the conversation anymore if he's natural or not. But I've seen his brother and I've seen his dad. I've been to an expo twice and met Simeon twice, and both of them are jacked. There is a very good chance that Simeon is amongst the 99.9 percentile in this world who is genetically gifted, and my heart says he's natural. Someone who's trained 20 years of their life Yeah, I can say that Simeon, my heart says he's natural, but my head says he's not. So I can sleep at night. I want to say he's natural. I believe he's natural, and I'm gonna leave it there. Moving on into the last one, MattDoesFitness. At 6'1", 14.1% in an FMI of 21.7. 14% body fat when he did this test. MattDoesFitness is a natural athlete, both in FMI and in my opinion. That physique you should be able to achieve naturally. What he's genetically gifted at is that he stores a lot of his fat in his legs, so a lot of people saying that he's large and big at the same time. If you see that he does consume a lot of carbohydrates, his diet isn't the cleanest, but he does train really hard, and his progress has been progressive. I've known him before he ever blew up, when he was still in the machine fitness days. Such a physique is very achievable naturally, or has never taken any anabolics. I'm gonna leave the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below what you guys think. I know there's going to be a lot of debate, but I want to hear what you say. Like, don't cuss me out. Let's have a debate. You convince me otherwise, but I'll leave it there. If you did enjoy the video, leave it with a thumbs up. If you want me to do a part 2, let me know in the comments and who should be in it. And I'll leave it there. Subscribe if you're new, leave the video a like if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.